Hi everyone, it's Adrian Leah. I wanted to do a reading before going to bed. It was on my mind, and there are a couple of specific messages that I wanted to share. Because I had a vision a couple of readings ago. It was the damp door, and the door looked like it was like tan. It almost felt like subcellar type of temperature where it was, you can hear like kind of like the water drip and again, sorry, damp. And I was thinking about it when I first was seeing the vision, because when I was looking at the door, like to the right, it was like a cell. It was like a cellar, like a prison cell. But then it would confuse me because the cellar, it didn't look like there were like criminals in there. It looked like it had sick people, because when I was saying it before, this is not the place where you want to be because death is there. And when I guess more came to the conclusion of it, it would be a prison cell that would hold these different people. And I say different because it just didn't, it seemed out of the ordinary that they would be there. Because I was also linking it to one of the circle of friends beings for the bear, of the ones that would, the person and even a small group at least, that would travel. Because the other vision was the person would go from like the different parts of the train, like the vision was like the being kept walking through each part of the train. So it was a constant movement and looking around, because another vision was the person looking outside the door, not for like an item but for people, and this person would like analyze people, like their behavior and what they would do or say. And so it links back to this person because the last reading and last two readings, to be honest, as I mentioned in them, was saying like thought and memory, because it was saying to remember what you already saw, or what you talked about. And so this group of people would bring the opposite, like they're opposing people to this place. And then another thing that I was getting, sorry, I didn't realize I was shaking the phone, but with the other circle of friends, like the ghost, at least two, one knows what the other hand, one hand knows what the other hand is doing. I did feel drastic movement today. It was something to note because it was pretty aggressive and drastic, as I just said. And one thing that was specific about it was that there was one building, and the building's intact, and which I feel like is something to say, because some buildings are definitely not. but it was quick movement, so it was needing to do something and quickly left that area. But I do have some cards that I pulled. So the present is the Eight of Swords with the Martyr. And with the Martyr and the Swords, and it has to do with the way that there is no other way, that this is the way. Because it is an energy of I will not it's like an unshakable core in a way. So if you have the like specific things that you go by, it's something that you won't switch up. And then going into other energies, I'll skip around a little bit, but I'll get through all the cards. At the top, it's the Knight of Wands. It's a little covered up, but there you see that the figure is surrounded by the wands, and it does feel like it's concaved in, as if something keeps it in, like a wall or something that is like a boundary. And the figure in the card is still wounded, and yet with the Eight of Pentacles it feels like it's put to work in some way. Continuous working. And even with the Nine of Wands in general, it's one where you could have lack of sleep, you could have the loss of energy. There's something about it that makes it difficult to move forward, and yet it still continues to move forward. So with all that, with the Eight of Swords, with the Martyr and the Knight of Wands and the Eight of Pentacles, it feels like it all comes together with still standing your ground and being more relentless about it, because there's no if, ands, or buts. I'm sorry, it's blurring out. The Six of Pentacles is the obstacle card. It feels like a little bit of here, a little bit of there. Because there is this boundary, it's not only a boundary that's physical, but it's a boundary that feels that there's limitations to it. Limitations to not only what you say, what you do. This is Pentacles, so it is more of the physical, if you will. But it is also work related, and there's different aspects that come into that, and there's other elements that are in here, because each suit is associated with an element and the symbol. So yeah, the Six of Pentacles, I say a little bit of this, a little bit of that, because the Six of Pentacles is one where it's kind of you get what you need. Sometimes it feels like it's not enough. And how to overcome it is the Seven of Wands. The Seven of Wands is an interesting card for this reading because it feels like it's like a side quest type of energy. And I don't know if it's for a lot of video games. I've played video games here and there, but I'm not that familiar with many of them. But from my understanding, it would be, and I guess in general for life, it's like you have a main duty, but then there are smaller things that you have to do to withhold and withstand the position that you're in. And I try to incorporate it again with that translation into this reading, because the side quest in the side quest here, it feels like you're doing small jobs here, small jobs there, trying to in some ways make ends meet, and it seems like it is doing the trick, and it seems like it is fairly okay at this time. for what the situation is. Other energies, you see the Two of Pentacles and the Strength card, and which does seem to be kind of feels like withholding stuff too, and trying to. I'm going to associate grounding in this reading with the Strength card, because with the Two of Pentacles, it is also one where you have to the word that is coming out is multitask, but that's not exactly the word that I want to use. The Two of Pentacles with the Seven of Wands, it's also the indication of doing not only the side quest, but also doing everything else on top of that. Because with the boundaries, it just makes things a million times harder, a million times more tedious, and it just makes everything way more of a task than what it should be. It makes everyday things 10 times harder, if you will. In the past, you had the Six of Cups, which is the Joy card in here, and that is one that is, as I've said in other readings, like a nostalgic card, because it's kind of like your daydreaming card too, in a way, and what you link to the past and what made things so precious is the type of ambiance that the Six of Cups gives, which it is really telling in this reading. With the Chariot being in the future, I feel like it links to one of this, well, to the circle of friends that I was talking about, with them being at least two, and with them being more of ghosts, and if you will. It is one that, it is one where it almost dictates where to go or where you should be. It's a little secretive. When I was trying to connect with those energies, it's like they already knew, and they tried to hide themselves even more. Their energy is very hide and seek like. Almost like, as I said, a ghost. That the Chariot can also be translated in another way too. That it seems like there will be an alignment, which I feel like it links to the underlying energy. Because I have the Seven of Cups again, because I did another daily message, or a daily message. 2 daily messages, I'm sorry. Then you have the Empress. It is slow and steady with the Empress and the Seven of Cups, but it's substantial movement. I feel it feels energies of moving boulders, that each small thing is put into play for the bigger picture. And truly, with the vision with the bear, And I feel like it might be a little bit of a story video, um, a little more abstract. You could take what you will from it, but it is the truth that I have seen. And again, the mind is a powerful tool, and to not forget that there was a grandfather energy that mentioned that to me again as I had to do something else, and there was another moment of traveling, and also to a place that was pretty glorious to go to. I didn't expect to go there after doing one of the larger pieces of the quest that I have for myself for the Peace Podcast too. The Two of Swords, you have trust. As you can see, there's the blindfold, more of a traditional aspect of the Two of Swords. So we go by what we know and who you know with the Empress and what they do and what you know what they do and how they do it and how you know them. And then there's just the Two of Swords. And for those who may not be as familiar or know them in person, like have met them in person, there is still that level. Because I feel like as humans you can spot integrity. So you have the Three of Pentacles and the Ace of Pentacles. Because the Ace of Pentacles, it feels like it's a journey that has been started and it needs to be completed too. There's something with the Empress card and the Seven of Cups. But the Seven of Cups, it doesn't, because traditionally, I guess, or generically, you could say it's with choice. But with this, it feels a little preconceived, and it feels like tasks going down the list of things that need to be done, and they need to be done. Three of Pentacles, it is that progression. It's also, I feel, the trials that happen with this. Going different routes, seeing different ways of doing things and completing them in maybe unique ways that you didn't think you would do it before, or didn't think you would do it at that time, I would say. Constant movement forward. So that was a little bit of a reading before I go to bed. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in another video. Bye.